can't even really see. Sometimes you can see, make out the borders of the
Hi
egg.
everyone, I'm Megan with the Kentucky Humane Society, and we're here at CVCA with Nicholas. As you guys know, Nicholas came to us with a heart condition, and we're here with a specialist to talk all about it, so I'll let her introduce herself.
Hi, I'm Sarah Bell, and we're going to be talking today a little bit about what we've diagnosed with Nicholas and his heart. So, I'll try and keep this so that the camera can see too. So, Nicholas was born with a heart defect called a patent ductus arteriosus, or what we call a PDA for short. Essentially, what that is it's a normal fetal structure that helps for blood to bypass the lungs in the fetus. Some percentage of dogs, a really small percentage of dogs, are actually born with that tube that doesn't actually close when they're born, and so they will end up with a tubular structure that is a communication between the aorta and the pulmonary artery. And so every time his heart beats, some of the blood, instead of just going straight out the aorta to the rest of the body, will bypass the body and go out to the lungs, back to the left side of the heart. This ultimately leads to the left side of the heart getting bigger with time, and in about 2/3 of dogs will lead to the development of congestive heart failure by the time they're 1 year of age. The good news about this disease is that it's a fixable condition, and so it's got a really good long-term outcome. What we need to do is just essentially close this, tie that off.
So without the procedure, what would you say his average lifespan would be if he were to remain the way he is now?
Like I mentioned before, about 2/3 of dogs will develop congestive heart failure by the time that they're a year of age. Those dogs, once they get diagnosed with heart failure, live maybe a year to a year and a half past that point. So we would be looking at kind of maybe 2-3 years if he did not have the procedure performed, versus, you know, he could live well into his teens.
And our veterinarian at the Kentucky Humane Society has only actually ever seen this happen one time in a shelter dog.
Oh, yeah.
But I know you're a board certified veterinary cardiologist. So how often do you see things like this in your work?
This is definitely one of the most common congenital defects that we see. As far as, you know, total percentage of our caseload that has congenital defects, fairly low. I would say we usually see, maybe for me in this office, I probably see 4 to 5 of these a year.
Thank you guys for joining us. We thought she would explain it much better than we could. It's something we don't see very often, but we're really happy that we have her on board, and she's going to be able to perform this operation for our Nicholas and give him a really good lifetime of love and happiness after this.